Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. In our last mission, or our last episode, we did complete, I think it was four contracts. Two of them were on Kerbin itself, where we had to go to some areas and do tests. One of them was in flight, using the new engines of our Wasp aircraft. That worked really well. Then we landed in the desert, did atmospheric pressure study, I believe, and we did a few others, completed them. I don't remember exactly what they were off the top of my head. Anyway, we have these two here. The Rendezvous, this is a mission for rendezvousing two vessels in orbit, and then docking both of them. This is a orbital survey of the moon, so we have to take a spacecraft to the moon orbit and do some tests. I want to do this one because I want to start doing rendezvous and astronaut rescues and the like. So this is going to require several things. We need to put two vessels into orbit, so we're going to have two launches. Then we have to do the rendezvous and dock, and then we have to get them back. So lots going on here. Let's get started. Okay, you just need basic. I need one just to get in orbit. I think I used, what was it, the Titan? Again, I think this one got me into orbit. Low orbit rocket. I can use this one actually I can use this one for both. So I just need to modify one of them. Question is, do I want to return, basically do 2 deorbits and come back? Or when I dock, should I have one Kerbal get in the spacecraft of another, basically, and just bring in back one? How much is a command pod worth? It's only 600 Kerbals. Kerbal cache. 600 Kerbal cache. I'm thinking, let's just leave that up there, 600. I don't know if it's worth bringing it back. I could do it and then just not, record that part. Not a big deal. We'll use this one to get our first Kerbal up there. Who wants to go up? Wait, let's look at the contract. Make sure that it just says 2 vessels in orbit and then dock them. It doesn't say anything about a requirement for an astronaut. So I guess we'll just use Jeb and Valentina for this. So Jeb will go up first in this one, although we're going to need, let's see, that. I'm going to put this here. And then we're going to use this engine, I guess, in orbit, and then also to deorbit. Okay, this looks good. This should do it. Let's take this one to orbit right now. Except it just occurred to me we can't take this one. We're missing one part, and that is a dock. Let's go back. You can't dock if you don't have a docking port. So let's remove this. Let's put where are the docking ports? It's been a while, so I just blind? Where do I not? Ooh, maybe I don't have them. Maybe I haven't unlocked them yet. I could have swore I had the basic docking port though. Well, I guess not. Let's go back, I guess. Alright, which ones have the docks? Here we go. Docking Port Junior, Docking Port Junior. Little Brother Surveillance Camera. Storage container. Oh look, we invent ladders. Not sure what the mobility enhancer is. Oh! Climb with style using the vertical mobility. Oh, that'd be cool to take a look at. I think... Ooh, I'm going to need these too. The RCS thrusters for my other spacecraft. That's going to go up in Rendezvous. And that's advanced flight control. What else do I need while I'm here? That looks like aircraft parts and lots of them. Lots of parts here too. Solar particle collector. Some science here. Collect and store several samples of solar particles. So yeah, I guess we need to use our science to unlock some parts so we can get different contracts. Okay. Propulsion. Heavy rockets. Okay, well, let's get the Docking Port Junior, which should let us dock. So we'll research that. And we're also going to need the RCS thrusters. 5-way, angled corner, thruster. That's the one I need right there, it looks like. Alright. So let's research that. Okay, that's all we should need for now. Alright. Is it under utility? It's been so long since I structural, I would think. Here we go. We got the thrusters here. Where the heck is a docking port? All right, here we go. Interesting how it fits on there. I have to find just the right place. And then, can I dock these though with a parachute here? That I don't remember either. Let's see if the build thing gives us a problem, shows us a problem. Docking port used as decoupler. Docking port is not undocking a controllable vessel. Place a command pod on the part you wish to undock to make it controllable. Let's move this off and see. Parachute missing, cannot transmit. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, there's a problem, which makes sense. Parachute missing. It doesn't like that. So here's what we're going to do. Let's use these parachutes, the radial ones, because that's all we got right now. All right. And do we have any other no, unused monopropellant resource, cannot transmit science. Well, we don't need to transmit science. Let us put some electrical on here, just in case. And I suppose if we put this here, it'll probably complain, right? It should. Yep. Okay. So let's put one battery. Should be enough. Put it right here. Or can we put it on the top, I wonder? That looks kind of silly, right? Alright. Let's just put it right here. And a solar panel. Probably a couple of them, maybe? I don't know. No, one should be fine. One should be fine. Just cover up our logo. Alright, well that should do it. Let's see. Electric charge generated but not used. Well, yeah, the command pod needs some, but there will be the overflow. Well, the electrical charge is so that we can maneuver the command pod. So we're going to take it up like this anyway. So that should do it. We got the docking port. And the parachutes. Alright. Let's go through staging real quick. Two engines. Decouple, engine fire, decouple, parachutes. Okay, that should do it. And we have Jeb. So let's get out of here. Get on the launch pad. Alright, so we'll basically use the same rocket for the other vessel that will rendezvous, except we need to add some maneuver thrusters onto it. RCS thrusters. Alright, let's do our stability control. Throttle down, probably right here, and go. See if I can turn this thing over as soon as I can. Boy, this thing really wants to... I would rather stay in an equatorial orbit, please. There we go, that's better. Guess I need to add fins to this rocket. Whoops. No, that way. Yeah, it needs fins. Boy, this orbit's going to be terrible. Most likely. Alright, let's check our apoapsis. I'd like to get this thing up to about 80,000. We'll see. I just need to get into orbit. It's not coming back. Well, it doesn't need a whole lot of fuel to come back. Yeah. I don't know. Come on, give me up to at least 60. Ah. Should be enough, though. Should be enough. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. There we go. Let's add our maneuver. Get us into orbit. Come on. 81.79. I guess that's good. Good enough. I can always correct it if I want to. If I want to make it a perfectly round orbit. Circular orbit. Alright, where are we? 42-second burn. So I'm going to start it at 21 seconds. See what kind of... Okay. Got plenty of fuel. I can do an adjustment to my orbit right here, right after I get into orbit. Alright, we're coming up on burn. And go. That is mostly, I think that's an equatorial. I'm a little off. But we'll be fine. I can adjust. There we go. So we got an apoapsis 83.77, it looks like. Right. So let's adjust it here. Push this up just a tiny bit. So that's 80. Let's put it up to 83 if we can. That's 85. 83. 83. Okay. And this is in 7 minutes. Let's align the spacecraft. It's just going to be a tiny little burn. Okay, coming up on the burn. We have to realign our craft. Okay. So I'm just going to tap the thrust just a little bit while I watch this. Alright, let's put it up a little bit. 82. 83. Okay. So we're at 83 here, 83 here. Almost perfectly circular orbit. Okay. So now that Jeb's up there, let's go back to the Space Center. Alright, let's get our next rocket up. And you know what? Before I do that, let's see if there's any contracts that I might be missing that expire real soon. Actually, this one I need to take. There's lots of money, lots of cash here. Don't get a whole lot of science, but plant the flag on the moon. Yep, we're going to be doing that anyway. I found out what this was. It's just, basically it's just launch a rocket into orbit. That's all it is, and we don't get a whole lot of money for it, so I'm going to probably ignore it. This is basically put a automated probe into orbit. It's going to serve as a weather satellite, supposedly. So I got to go to orbit around Kerbin with an eccentricity of 0.01 for 3 hours, and then have an antenna. That's pretty easy but it only gives me 36,000 and 2 science. Maybe. I will take this. It's real easy. I just test a decoupler. Landed on Kerbin. I probably won't show these on an episode. This is to test the thud. Where landed. Ah, these are both real simple. I don't get a whole lot for them, but you know, I'll just do them anyway. There's that thud. And what else we got? Do I want to do another Kerbal Academy? This is that expires in 1 hour. Advanced pilot training, and it's for Jebediah to do a moon flyby. Moon flyby? Do I want to do a moon flyby? This is an atmospheric pressure scan. Landed on the moon's highlands. I think I might skip those for now. Ionization scan of Kerbin. This is enter orbit around Kerbin and do... How long does this... Oh, I have 8 days to decide on this one. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'll come back and look at these later. Alright, next rocket. Now, Jebediah's rocket has plenty of fuel left. So this one, I should be able to use this one for the next rocket that will do the maneuvering, except let's take off this. No, not that. Where's the decoupler? Here? There we go. So this is what's going to be doing the maneuvering. I need to put, see what its center of mass right there. I need to put the thrusters right in the middle, right where the center of mass is. Where were those thrusters again? Here they are. 5-way. I need the 4 these thruster block, and I'll probably use 4 of them. I'm thinking. Right here. I think that should do it. Okay, I'm gonna, when I get close to after the rendezvous, I'm gonna use these to dock, instead of this big engine that really has little delicate, it can't really do a lot of delicate maneuvers. I think that's all I need. Okay. And then this will come back. It's got power. Alright, and then this one is going to have Valentina. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Well, let's go, actually, we have to wait until Jeb comes around on the, basically does an orbit and gets close to us again. Let's save this and go out. Let's leave. The reason being is, here, I'll show you when we get into the tracking station. Alright, so in order to do, see what this looks like, this orbit. It's actually not bad at all. It's just a tiny bit off. So in order to rendezvous with him, we have to wait. I mean, I could launch now, but I'm gonna have to play catch up. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time waiting until until Valentina's spacecraft catches up with Jeb. So we're just gonna do a little time warp, and then get Jebediah's spacecraft around Kerbin to about right, oh, I don't know, somewhere around in here. And then we're going to, or I might just wait, since I'm thinking about doing a lower orbit so I can catch up to him. So if I do it here, and then Jeb will pass us, and I'll go up and then just catch up to him by being in a lower orbit. That's probably what I'll do. Don't want to go too fast and miss it. I wonder what that is for. Alright, I think I'll play the catch-up. I'm gonna wait until, so I could do this a couple ways. If Jeb is in front of me, I'll go into lower orbit so I can catch up. Lower orbits go faster. If he's in front of me, I'd want to be in a higher orbit so that he catches up to me. I think I will catch up to him. So let's let him get a little bit. We don't want him too far ahead of us. So we want to be up in orbit right when he's not too far ahead of us. So probably about here, maybe? Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's go back. I think... yeah, I can't think of anything. I feel like I'm missing something, but I got the thrusters. Okay, let's go. And if we screw it up, we can just start over. Do it again. Alright, let's see where... You know, I didn't put fence on this again. Let's see where Jeb is. Alright. We better go now. SAS and check staging. Okay, looks good. I'm going to put my thrust a little higher this time. bend over just a little, not too much. Come on. Stop rolling, stop rolling. Let's bring this back over. Okay, this is looking better. So this one I'm going to try and get up to about 80,000-ish or so. I'm hoping the inclination is roughly similar. Basically an equatorial orbit. Should have been... There we go. That looks better. Alright, where are we? Throttle back a little bit. Alright, where are we now? 65? Gonna need a little bit more. Okay, 81.5. I think that's going to be good. So let's start our maneuver to get into orbit. Oh, come on. Got 83, 78. Ew. Gonna have to do a little 74, 82, 82, 81. That's probably okay. That's 55 though. Not particularly good over there on that side. 73. That'll have to do. How soon? 50 seconds. We gotta burn like right now. So when I get it right as soon as I get in orbit, I'll do another burn here to raise my periapsis up to about 82. And then we're going to have to do several orbits to catch up. Unless I throttle back, you know what I might do is lower my altitude a little bit so I can catch up quicker, more quickly. Alright, 81, 82. I think that's good. 81, 82. That actually worked out better. Okay, so we're going to go around. I'll probably do a maneuver here to raise my periapsis up a bit. So let's do some time warp. And we probably want to set the first Titan as target. Change this to target relative velocity. And then we'll have to probably, let's check our inclinations. Yeah, one of them's a little different. So we might want to do a burn to fix that as well. Maybe at the descent node? Well, we've already, well, at the ascending node, we'll change it there. Okay. So here, the ascent node and descending node, that's where we cross, how to explain that, our inclinations. As you can see, the orbits aren't in the same plane. And right here, descending node, this is where the orbit of the ship I'm in now descends below the target. So what we want to do is match them. So I'm going to go over here and do a maneuver, and hopefully I can match this. Wait, is that going... Oh, it's going up. Never mind. Let's cancel that. Do it again. We want to go... down. Oh, no, no. This way. This way. Point 1. Point 1. Is that as close as we're going to get? There's 0 right there. Okay, so that's a 2-second burn. Does it affect our periapsis or apoapsis? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it does a little bit. 82, 81. Okay, so we're going to do this. Just to match our inclinations. I gotta point the spacecraft in this direction. I'm sure that's... So if we're here, the spacecraft's gonna be pointing down. So it can... Most likely. Let's take a look. Yep, it's pointed down. So that we can burn pointing down to match this inclination of the target. Alright, this is 6 minutes coming up. Let's go ahead and do a time warp. A little faster maybe. Alright, let's see if we can get this matched. Alright. And it looks really close. We still have a descent. No, do we have a descending? Yeah, we do. Well, it says it's 0, so it's a little bit of a descent, but hardly worth mentioning. Okay, so now where are we? 82, 81. They're at 83, so we'll probably want... Oh, how far away are we? 246,000 meters. So 246 kilometers. I don't know how many orbits that's going to take to catch up. Let's make a maneuver here. Well, let's just do a time warp and see how fast we're catching up. Yeah, not fast enough. So I'm going to do a maneuver here. Well, no, over here at periapsis and lower my altitude a bit. This is okay. I can't seem to. Here, I'll do it from right here. And we want to burn retrograde to lower this. Right. 81.4. 81.3. Okay, that's good. Less than a second. And we want to turn our spacecraft to point to the blue maneuver node, or the blue vector. Alright, we shall time warp. So again, the reason we're doing this is to lower altitude so that we can go faster and catch up to the capsule more quickly. Or I could just orbit 100 times and catch up. But this will be faster. Okay, am I pointed in the right direction? That way, and I gotta come over here and watch this, make sure. Okay. Just a little bit. Whoa, I think 81, let's see what happened here. 81. 81. Okay, that's good. So he's 236 kilometers away. Let's go ahead and time warp. That's as fast as we can time warp. So what I might do... What I might do is cut some of this out of the video. 221. And I could adjust my altitude again, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cut some of this out. So, I will come back in when I'm getting close. See you in a bit. Okay, as you can see, we're getting closer. We're now at a distance of 30 kilometers and closing. And you can see over here, these are what we call intersections, where one craft, since Jebediah is the target, this is how these are places where they intersect or get close. And at this point, we'll be separated by 19 kilometers. And we're probably going to, oh, here. So you can see they're right up here ahead of us, 29 kilometers ahead of us in orbit. So we've been catching up. Actually, it didn't take that long either. It took about, I don't know, 5 orbits or so? 6 maybe? So let's just do a little bit more. A little bit more time warp. What do we have here? Separation to 19. Now, as we fly past this, this will close. Since we're getting closer and closer, when we fly past this intersection point and get about here, this will update and show us how close we're going to be. What we could do if we wanted to, and is like put a maneuver here, and then like we could slow down or speed up, which will change our intersection. Ooh, look at that. 8 kilometers. Or, I'm sorry, 1.8 kilometers. If I do a maneuver here, right past this intersection target, and I throttle, just burn retrograde a little bit, I can get our separation within 1.8 kilometers, which I'm going to do. So let's do a little time warp. Let's see what it is before we do the maneuver. Because... okay. Let's get past that. So how far are they ahead of us now? 19. It should show right here. Okay, 19.5. Okay, 1.8. I think that's with this maneuver here. So we have to orient this way, which probably means we're going to be burning retrograde to slow down. Let's get this thing perfectly aligned. Wait, I got to go back this way. Wait, which way do I go? This way? This way. Well, I guess I go towards the retrograde. What does this look like on the map? Or here? Oh, it's the target. I believe we just burn retrograde right here. Well, we're going to find out. Usually I have a little blue marker to point to, but this is probably it. 30 seconds. So I'm going to trust this. It says 0 meters per second. Hold on a sec. Maybe I don't have to do this. Forgot how to bring this up to cancel it. There we go. Yeah, I don't have to. We're already going to be at 1.8 kilometers once we get around. But if you needed to, if you needed to try and get closer at these intersect points, you just basically do a burn and then either go thrust a little retrograde or prograde to get these closer on your next pass. I don't have to do that this time because, well, I matched my inclination for the orbit and pretty much did the maneuvering earlier. Basically got in behind Jebediah's spacecraft and just played a catch-up. So as we go around, we're going to do our we're going to try and rendezvous right here. And we'll show you how that one should be pretty simple, although our target relative velocity is 58 meters per second, which means our speed towards Jebediah's spacecraft is 58 meters per second, so we have to slow that down. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and time warp. 15. So we're going to make up 15 kilometers, it looks like, in one orbit. $13, $12, $11. Okay. Well, let's slow down, because I'm going to need time. 6 kilometers. So let's take a look here. Okay, so Jebediah's right here. So what we want to do, since we're going to have to slow down, we want to, this is Jebediah's ship there. And we want to match this to this. Now I think, if I can remember this correctly, I think if we're burning retrograde, we want to push this over here, meaning we want to face this way? Let's find out. Yep, that's it. Alright. So, if we're burning retrograde, which we want to do to slow down, we want this yellow marker to match, basically be on top of this one. And we want to push it over there. How far are we? 5 kilometers? And we're down to 16 meters per second. So let's see if I can push this over a little bit more. Okay. And then come this way and see where... Okay, so we're almost there. Right about there. Okay, so, as you can see, our vectors are matched now. Pretty much. So all I have to do is just sit on this and keep the yellow, my vector, pointed to their vector until I can get this down to 0. Okay, now we're at 4 meters per second, and we're 4 kilometers away. We're drifting a little bit. This appears to be correct. Yeah. So if I wanted to speed up and close faster than 2.1 meters, I could do it here. And I think this one pulls. Does this one pull? I have to do it differently if I'm going towards them. Yep, yep. So you can see my meters per second is getting faster because I'm burning towards them. But I'm trying to match. There we go. Match my vector to theirs. So I'm going at 8 meters per second now. So you just keep turning back and forth. You keep going prograde, retrograde until you get close, and then this gets down to 0. So this may take a little time. I might do a little time warp. Actually, I could probably go a little faster. 3.2 meters per second. It's going to take a while to get there. So what I might do is try and get this up a little faster. (11 meters per second). Yeah, I think I was going a little slow. And you can kill your velocity pretty quickly. So it's okay if you get up to about 20. Sorry, I had to had to cough and I wanted to cut that out. Alright, we're headed right for them. Just have to wait. I think I'll do a little time warp again. Not too much. Okay, now we probably want to do... We're below a kilometer, so we want to start slowing down. Okay. So if you're right on the... If your vectors line up, you can just put your ship right here and just start slowing down. So I'm going to leave it about 10 meters per second until I get really close. Oops, wrong way. I guess I should probably slow it down. I keep forgetting. When I'm retrograde, I push the yellow marker, not pull. Okay, 3 meters per second. We'll just leave it here. And we're going to get close here really soon. Once I get in a park, once I basically get very, very close, I'm going to do a quick save. Just in case, because it's been a while since I did a docking. So I'm going to try and get this target relative velocity to 0, or very close to it. Okay. We're at 1.5 meters per second. That's how fast this spacecraft is moving towards this one. And now, as you can see, it's getting really close. Let's zoom out a little bit and we can swing around here. You can see how close Jebediah's spacecraft is to mine. So we're pretty much, I mean, for all intents and purposes, we've completed the orbital rendezvous. Let's slow this down. Okay, where am I here? Yeah, let's push that way. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going a little bit close to them. Okay, let's do a quick save. Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this. Alright, I had to stop real quick to check the controls again to see how this works. So, I want to... orient the spacecraft so that the directions make sense to me, like this. There we go. Except I think I want to turn it over like this, so that when I go right, it goes right, left, left. Okay. There we go. Alright, now RCS. And let me see if this works. Does that go forward? No? Wait. That goes... Okay, cool. Which one goes forward? Oh, it's probably H and N, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go back. Back. There we go. Not too fast, though. Come on. Whoa. A little too close. Let's go back. Oops. Back, 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 back. And then... what I want to do is switch to the other spacecraft and turn it around. Can I turn it around? What? Here we go. Whoops. So that it's kind of like that. And it's not moving. Go back to the other one. And now, let's see if I can do this. I need to go up a little bit. Up. Actually, let's leave RCS and rotate a little bit. Looks like this one's rotating. If it's rotating, I'll never get it. I'll never dock with it. Stop rotating. There we go. So I'm going to match right about there. Okay. Whew. All right. So let's go. Get the RCS going. Why is it rotating again? Stop rotating, please. Okay. Difficult stuff. Looks like we're gonna have to back off a little. Go back a little bit. I think right about there is good. Okay, we did our rendezvous, right? Yep. So we just need to dock these two. Alright. Looks like I'm mostly aligned. I just need to get it in there. And it keeps... It's kind of annoying, because it keeps wanting to rotate. Right about... That looks about right there. Bring up the thrusters again. Why does it do that? I didn't tell it to activate the thrusters, I just told it to. Okay. I think we need to move up a little. Forward a little. Down. Back. Excuse me again. Yeah, it keeps rotating. Okay, back. Need to move over this way. How much monopropellant do I have left? I have plenty. What about there? I have to go down now. You're going down. You're going to the side. Okay. And away. Forward a little bit. And I think we're pretty close. Just need to keep this aligned as we go forward. That looks pretty good. I need to turn off SAS when I get close. Is that going to die? No. It's a little off. Oops. Up a little. Up a little. Okay. Wow, this... Okay, let's go a little closer. There we go. And we should be docked. Let's take a look. We are docked. Alright, that's how we do it. We're rotating a little bit. So, control from here, rename. Okay, so since we got the contract finished, let's go ahead and undock and deorbit, shall we? Okay. And let's maneuver our ship. It looks like we're in Jeb's capsule. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Weird. Yeah, I don't want to collide. I want to orient this retro. SAS would probably help. There we go. Let's burn a little bit so we can get away from Valentina's craft. Alright. And we'll bring back Valentina a bit. Okay, so where are we now? Let's go ahead and add a maneuver to deorbit. I'm going to go ahead and quick save just in case. It came in handy a little while ago and had to go look up the instructions. Okay, I think that should be good. When's our burn? 10-second burn in 22 seconds. Let's go ahead and align this. They're far enough away now that we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and start our burn. Alright, that'll do. And we can jettison. Why does that not work? I have to figure out what's going on there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get down there, and then we can take care of the other craft that Valentina is in. Coming up on re-entry. There we go. I figured the ionization blackout would be coming soon. Kind of wondering if the battery is going to get ripped off of this thing. Doesn't look like it. Alright, should be slowing down here pretty soon. Right about 1100 to 1000 meters per second. Here we go. Alright, so we just have to get down on the ground. See if I can time warp a little bit of this. I'll go ahead and hit the chutes. Then time warp. Coming down in the ocean? Are we? Yeah, I guess we are. Kind of curious to see if Jebediah is going to get a ribbon for, like, number of times in orbit or amount of time in orbit, that kind of thing. So it should be kind of cool because we completed our first orbital rendezvous and our first docking on the same mission. And splash there. Let's recover. Alright, what do we have? No science. No XP. No new ribbons for Jeb. Ah, he's a little disappointed. Alright, let's bring Valentina home. Alright, pretty much the same thing for Valentina. Pardon me again. Okay. Wow, lots of coughing. Apologize. Alright, let's point this thing retro. Let's get a maneuver going. We don't really have to do a maneuver. We could just burn retrograde. But let's come down in the light this time. Right here. Right about there is good. Warp to the maneuver. Okay, and which way? We have to point. Down this way. Okay. I think I'll burn a little bit longer. I don't want to come in too shallow. Okay, I think that should be good. And we can ditch this. Alright, that looks good. Fast forward a little bit. Wow, look at Valentina. She's going nuts in there. She's ready to party. I would like to time warp through this, but it's not a good idea. Look how small we are coming back. I mean, how tiny that capsule is. See if I can zoom out. How far I can zoom out before I lose track. She's right there. There's a piece that we left, that we decoupled. It will be coming back too. Only it doesn't get a parachute. Looking good. Alright, let's time warp down. Deploy the chutes and get down in that water. As soon as possible, so we can get back and go to the club. Jeb's waiting on Valentina. Yeah, those radial chutes really slow this thing down. Alright, so when we get back, I'll probably look at the contracts real quick. Probably not going to do anything else this episode. It's went on quite a while. There we go. And let's recover. I think we have to get out of time warp. Okay, again, no science. We got a little bit of parts back. No experience. And, well, she gets one ribbon. Awarded for being the first Kerbal docking in Kerbal orbit. The first Kerbal docking in Kerbal orbit. Okay. Let's take a look at these. What is this? Beautiful. Synchronized free-falling isn't nearly as daunting as it sounds. What is that? Looks like it's part of our contract. And then this one, Rendezvous at Kerbal orbit, started. We have started constructing the first station around Kerbal. We did? Interesting. Nobody clued me in on that. We have performed a docking maneuver in Kerbal. Good. Docking achievement. Handshake, minimal shaking. What? It's like a vessel handshake with minimal shaking and no hands. Or no hands and... yeah. Explore Kerbal. Okay. So we got those done. Let's see real quick, just real quick, what else there is to do. Maybe we can pick up something in here. What is this? Transfer any crew between vessels near Kerbin. Oh, that's easy to do. We have explored nearly every nook and cranny of Kerbin, but there are a few potential profitable loose ends to investigate. So... crew that had been cooped up for too long started muttering about space krakens and other such nonsense. We want to make sure that doesn't happen around Kerbin. So I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if that's like a vessel already up in orbit that we have to rescue, or I don't know. We'll take a look at it in closer detail later. Looks like the same stuff as here. Yeah, and I still don't have a rescue mission. What's this? Space bug. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. When we get back, we'll look over the contracts in greater detail, pick a few, or maybe do some of the ones we already have, and continue. I got to spend some science too. So, hope you enjoyed this episode, and come back and see the next, please. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.